Hey guys, just a straight up disclaimer right at the start. You've already probably seen 5 angry videos about this, a couple of conspiracy theory videos. This is in that. So if you're here for the hot takes, the drama, the blame, wrong channel. I'm just talking about how this news feels to me as a regular person today, and also possibly from the fact that I'm in the region that this is happening in. It's just I've hit this weird point where every headline about this place, Iran, Israel, Gaza, whatever, it just doesn't hit the same anymore. And I don't say this in a bad way. Like it's not because I don't care. It's just maybe because I've cared too much previously and too often, that now it's so easy for these things to become background noise for us. Like it's something I wish I could mute, and you can't. You just have to kind of listen to it, and that's really tough. Just yesterday there was a plane that crashed in India, and I don't know, there are about almost 300 people that have just lost their lives, and then today there's another thing, and it just starts adding up on how numb you can become and how emotionally fatigued, or rather fatigueness sets in. And then it's very personal for me as well, because I'm raising a kid that can't even process what war means, because for those of you who don't know, my son's on the spectrum, and regardless of that, like, he's 6 years old, and you kind of go, well, I mean, how do I explain this to him? Do I explain this to him? I think kids should be in a bit of a bubble to some extent, but how do you teach the world's pain to a 6-year-old? And obviously, as a parent, you also think about all the kids that would have lost their lives in these incidents, and particularly with the Israel-Iran thing happening right now, and we forget to talk about that. And as a parent, I just worry for families, and that it eats me up as well. It's really hard to follow all of this news going on right now. And then there's every alert, it says Israel, Iran, Hezbollah, Houthis, and it's almost like they're naming Marvel villains, and there's no mention of the regular people, the folks who just want to finish work and get home, just like everybody else everywhere. And every country, every country is people. It's not just policies. So when we're talking about this war and any of the stuff that's going around the world right now in so many places, that we remember these are regular folks. I always have this thing, I'm very anti-war, and so I have this wish that anyone who is for war needs to be at the front line. That should just be a rule out there, and they have to partake in the war. You're not allowed to call for war unless you're out there fighting the war. I think that's how it should be. As for me, you just go through social media, and everything is it's desensitized, right? Because you're flipping through stuff, stories, and I think I've even made a funny video about the experience of it. Is there's one video of someone's wedding, and then another one with a bomb hitting a building, and it's we don't even pause as much. I doom scroll through it, and our reactions are emojis, and that's a crazy world and a complete onslaught onto our senses that we are currently undertaking. It's crazy. And then even just talking about it, I'm making this video also because I do have Iranian friends. I have Palestinian friends. I have friends, not close friends, but when I've been to New York, I've met comics who are Jewish, and I've had chats with people on the plane from any and every background there is, and you kind of just go, we're people. How do you talk about this without being scared about saying the wrong thing, and trying to empathize with them? All of this it's gone nuts. It's beyond my ability to process sometimes now. And look, I don't have solutions. I'm making this video because I just want to remind myself and everybody that I just hope we all remember that behind every flag, there's a face. There's someone's dad. There's someone's daughter. There's that should matter more than what side they're on, and we can't forget that stuff. And we can't fix it. I can't fix everything, but I think maybe it's also a reminder for anyone who might watch this that we got to remain human about this and not switch off, not look away, just kind of care, even though it's difficult and it hurts sometimes. I think that's one of the only things we can do. Honestly, I'm just waiting for my kid to get back home so I can give him a hug and sit down with him and hope that I can protect him from all of this for the longest of time possible. It's a very scary time, and I know my field is completely different, but I guess this is just our regularly scheduled 2 minutes existential dread that I brought to you. So hopefully tomorrow we can do jokes about parking in Dubai, right? Until then, take care. Hug your loved ones a bit more, and let's stay human.